What's up? And how's it going? What up, Bill? Glad you can make it. And did I watch what game? Out of curiosity. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm glad to be back. Sorry I've had a few days off. I've had a weird week last week. I randomly got to take a small, staycation, we've called it. I was on a little break from work, so I've been kind of just taking it easy back home. I did stream last week, but I had an elongated weekend, you could say, where I didn't stream. Glad to be back, though. Glad to be jumping back into Persona 5 here. But yeah, what game exactly are you talking about, Bill? England versus... No, I don't watch any sports, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But no, I don't watch any sports, so... I know I said save completed. I don't know how long it's been since I've played. I don't know what happened last. I'm gonna do it again. But, no, sadly, I'm sorry I didn't watch the game, but I just don't really get into sports, so stuff like that to me is just kind of... I am getting back to the normal schedule starting this week, though, so literally today, tomorrow, all the way through the week until I will stream Sunday through Thursdays all over again. That's Monday through Friday for some people, so we're back to the official normal schedule starting tonight. And cheers to everybody on that. I'm excited to get back to it. Still pondering between either Monster Hunter Stories 2 as the next game or Scarlet Nexus. Kind of teetering back and forth between those. Kind of more so on Monster Hunter Stories 2. That game looks amazing. More so up my alley. I'm needing something that's not really good full story, like full circle, and I think that's really going to do it. Because children are... Smash Bros? Smash Bros doesn't really have anything that's, to be honest with you, anything that's gonna appeal to me. I actually do like Super Smash Brothers. I'm not saying that. To me, I'm looking for something with more of a compelling story. That's mostly how most of my streams go, like a good compelling story that's gonna draw me in, viewers in, people like to see my reactions, and I like to have those reactions, you know? Smash Bros, as much as I do love it, throughout the generations of years of playing it, it's not really a game I would see myself streaming, you know? Even if there's like an online connectivity to battle with other people, to me, stuff like that, like, I really like streaming Pokemon, but when people always wanted to battle when I was playing Pokemon streaming it kind of bothered me a little bit because I don't really get into the competitive scene. I love to go on like the journeys, catching random Pokemon with people online, like the raids and stuff like that, but some stuff. Skyward Sword, I don't know still. I've seen a lot about it, and as much as I do love Legend of Zelda games, they always hash out a story a little bit different, and it's more of like puzzles, and I'm looking for something that's more story specific. That's what I'm starting to think Monster Hunter Stories 2. It looks like a heavy JRPG that I'm really craving and looking to get into. And it won't be too long until a few months from now I'll get back to Final Fantasy XIV. I've taken nearly a 7-month break, I think, which I never thought I would do. 6 or 7 months now I've taken a break. And I never thought I'd do that, and it's been a while. It may not have even been that long yet. It's just what it feels like. So I'm just trying to grasp at a few games before I get to the point where I'm thinking this is where I jump back into Final Fantasy XIV. Which isn't too far off. After all, the new expansion comes out in November. It is July now, but a few games from now, and I'm only like 2/5 of the way through this game. So, like, I got a while. The OG Final Fantasy VII? Yes, I've played it. I haven't streamed it, but I have played it. I played all the original Final Fantasy games. I grew up in the 90s. One of the first games I ever played was Final Fantasy. It's up there. Not the first, mind you. The first games were like Mario and Pac-Man and Sonic the Hedgehog. But it was definitely up there, the original Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 2. I've streamed Final Fantasy 1 through 4. And then I did a remake stream of Final Fantasy 7. I didn't do an original Final Fantasy 7 stream. Then I did 10, 12, 14, and 15. It's on Switch. I actually have it on PC and on PlayStation 4 as well. And I have another copy of it I don't think I actually have a physical copy of it here. I used to have a physical copy, but I don't think so anymore, unfortunately. It's a story for another day, but yeah, I don't really want to stream the OG game. As much as I love it, I've played it multiple times, and it'd be one of those games where there'd be parts where I would just be a little tired making my way through, you know?
Let's get to work.
Like I said, so far in the map, it's 2 games I'm teetering back and forth on. One is Scarlet Nexus. It looks really good. Or Monster Hunter Stories 2. And that's more so what I'm heavily leaning toward. I like the fact that it looks like it's a whole new story. You don't gotta play the first one to get it. The gameplay from the first one to the second one looks a lot better too. Because I saw some gameplay to the first one, thought I wanted to play it until I saw the gameplay, and I was like, ugh! But this Monster Hunter Stories 2 looks phenomenal. We've had a lot going on here. I'm gonna use this shop real quick just to look at something. Probably won't buy anything yet, but see if we have shit that we can sell.
What are you selling?
A lovely empty bottle. Apparently that's it. Alright. Let's go ahead and go to the next city, continue the story. Non-Persona 6? Okay, that's actually a big story, Bill. Forever these games were like Shimigami Tensei. It's kind of like a spin-off series of Shimigami Tensei, which happened for years. And then they had Shimigami Tensei Persona, Persona 2, Persona 3, and Persona 4. Actually, Persona 5 was the first non-Shimigami Tensei Persona game, which there is in fact a Shimigami Tensei 5 coming to the Switch. If it's not already out, it could be. I don't know. I haven't looked into it in a little bit. So Persona 5 was kind of like a whole different stretch where they wanted to pull things out into a different fashion. And I think that's why. That, and also I know they really wanted to push Shimigami Tensei 5 because it's a big deal. And Persona 5 itself was a big deal. So I think they were trying to split the waters. And Strikers wouldn't be considered a 6 because it's considered on the same characters. They did Persona all these years like they did Final Fantasy games. Every time they introduced a whole new crew of people, they introduced a whole new story and game to work and revolve around that story. So much like Final Fantasy, these games were... Every game, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, were all different people, different journeys. They have intertwining games like Labyrinth Q was one. And it like did like a little integration of different characters. I think the dancing games may have done something like that too. But again, these games were like just kind of like new game, new story, new people kind of thing. And they continued this story, but they changed the gameplay to, I don't know if they did it just for the Switch because it's also on PlayStation 4, but I think it was to invite other players to get into the story. I think, and I'm guessing, I don't really know completely, but I think that was a big reason. But again, even though it is a sequel, it's a sequel to this part of the series, not a full-on sequel to the series itself. Just, it's like a sub-chapter to a chapter book, you know? It's a weird way to explain it.
What are you gonna do?
Let's go. Do you have a new favorite game? What's that?
So, how long to Sapporo?
From here, it'll take approximately 12 hours under normal driving conditions, as well as a trip by ferry.
No way! I thought we were closer than that.
Guess we'll have to stop and snooze another night before we get there.
Even after landing in Hokkaido, we still have a long drive ahead of us. Will you be alright, Mako-chan?
Don't worry, I'll be able to power the whole way through.
You rock, Makoto! I like that energy!
Final Fantasy X, that's cool. A few hours later, a certain parking lot area.
I have to admit, I'm kind of exhausted.
Sith! How's it going, Sith? How have you been, Tim? Hopefully you had a good weekend. And hopefully you're doing very well since the last time we saw each other and spoke. But yeah, Bill, Final Fantasy X is a phenomenal game. It's up in there, one of my favorite Final Fantasies. It was a big time in my life when that game came out, and I still really love it. If you're ever curious about it, I have the whole stream of myself playing that one on YouTube. I did not get all the celestial weapons and do like the Dark Aeon stuff like that, so there's some secret parts of the game I didn't do, but I did do a good portion of it. But it's worth checking out if you're interested in that. I do have the whole stream over on YouTube in the playlist section. But yeah, Tim, I'm glad to see you jumping in. Thanks for jumping in on Twitch. Doing alright, pretty tired. Hope you're doing well and had a good sleep after the last stream. I've had some many good sleeps, thankfully, yes. Unfortunately, tomorrow I'll go back to work, so those really good sleeps kind of stop. But, it's okay. It's time I get back to the actual schedule, streaming and working. So it's a good and bad thing at the same time. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good, and thank you so much for asking. What's my favorite Final Fantasy game? Bill, I'm sorry to tell you I don't have one. I really don't have a favorite Final Fantasy game. I have my favorites. Top 5, not in any order specifically. I have a top 5, and I like them all basically the same. They all offer different things, different levels, different stories, different gameplay, just everything right off the bat. I like 6. 7 is good, and it's up there too. 6, 7, 8 was my like top 3 right there, probably, maybe. Again, but I'll say like top 5. 6, 7, 8, 10. 9 is really good and I love it too, but I couldn't put it in the top 5. So 6, 7, 8, 10, and probably 14. I love 15. I love 12. 12 Remastered to me is one of the best remasters that's ever happened ever in video game history that I've played. As far as remasters goes, not remakes, remasters. I love 12, but I don't really have a favorite. My top 5 would be those probably. You know, like, again, 6, 7, 8, 10, and then 14. I can literally say my second favorite after that's probably 9. I like 9. There's a lot of nostalgia to it, like glued to me as well. Then after that would probably be 12. And then after that, probably 15. And I'm counting those first 5 I told you as number 1. And then the others are like followed. I do like totally other Final Fantasy games as well. I like a majority of most of them actually, but some of them I wasn't. You played Sephiroth's themes at your birthday? That's intense. And cool. But there's some of them I didn't care about as much. Like Top Zero, I liked it. It had a lot of Final Fantasy 8 vibes, a lot of Final Fantasy like 15 vibes. It's kind of like they fused the two together with almost like a Persona style gameplay, but it was also at the same time where I was just like, you know, there was a few of them also, like the 13 series. I played the first Final Fantasy 13 game, did not play the sequels. I hated Final Fantasy 10 too, for multiple reasons we won't get into. Some people really hate me for saying that I didn't like it. I just felt like the game was silly. It didn't need to happen, and they made it anyway. But we're all entitled to our own opinion of these games, of course, but there's just a few of the games in this series along there that aren't my favorite that I can't say I necessarily am a big fan. I love all the Crystal Chronicle games. That's a wild one a lot of people always get baffled about. I don't like the Tactics games. I didn't like the original Tactics, didn't like War of the Lines. I did, however, like Tactics Advance. So it's another thing people get baffled about. I never played 11. I was too young back in the day, even though my parents let me play World of Warcraft online. They did not let me play Final Fantasy 11 online, so that was also a big thing too. Look at this, reread what she said, because I kind of forgot. I have to admit, I'm kind of exhausted. You okay? You should rest for a bit. Don't push yourself too much.
Well, this time on the road is starting to get to me. This is the longest I've ever driven, so any amount of rest would help.
That's true. We were in the camper all day. We definitely owe you a break.
Sorry for asking too much of you, Mako-chan. I wish I could drive in your stead.
Don't you worry about me. Driving's a responsibility I enjoy. Plus, It's nice listening to everyone chatter away in the back. Keeps me alert and motivated.
Then we will find a way to repay your devotion.
Ryuji, massage her shoulders at once and procure the finest self-serve money can buy.
On it! Wait, why does it have to be me?
I'll massage you too before bed. I know this technique that works wonders on sore muscles. Us models use it all the time.
That'd be great. I could use a good massage.
Makoto, I need to apologize.
Last night you were surprised you didn't get any nightmares considering the dark story twist you saw in the game yesterday. What game was it?
What? Why?
Because I can't help you. Even though I know how effective physical stimulation is at treating fatigue. But I'm all digital, and therefore incapable of massaging. An AI that can't provide assistance cannot be humanity's companion. I'm as worthless as a book.
Sophia? Are you going through mood swings or something?
Bugs really are useless, if that's what they, could have and should have said. We all feel down at times. You're a good fodder. You're far from worthless.
Yeah, no need to be so hard on yourself. You've been a great deal of help so far. We owe you a lot, Sophia.
You mean it? That makes me happy.
It's called AOA Academy. It's a Patreon-funded visual novel about university life. Is that one you told me about beforehand? It feels like it. It sounds familiar. That's Waldo. What was the twist?
And I do want to try this soft serve you speak of.
Her mood swung right back to normal.
Makoto, you look spent. I say we call it a day the moment we reach Hokkaido.
In that case, we should treat ourselves to some local cuisine for dinner.
Oh, I've always wanted to try wasabi soda.
Well, I don't know about it. I love wasabi. Even the artificial wasabi we tend to have here in the US a lot, it's like mustard and horseradish usually. I enjoy it. I like real wasabi better. It has a better kick and flavor. Wasabi soda though, I don't know about it. I love wasabi flavored things like almonds, peanuts, nori, like seaweed. I love the wasabi flavor. There was a nice, awesome wasabi flavored Lay's chips that was going around for a little bit I really enjoyed. I love wasabi on sushi. Wasabi soda. I don't know about it. I don't know. That one sounds like it's pushing that era of like, like around the time in summer, especially like right now, like Lay's in general have like a few random different flavors out there. One's like jerk chicken, one's like a BLT flavor or bacon, lettuce, and tomato flavor. Like a sandwich, pretty common here in the US. And then I can't remember what the other one is. And they're like okay. But sometimes these random flavors get pushed to an extent that it's just like, no, blah. And I feel like wasabi flavored soda is just kind of like that. It's like bacon flavor here in the US. I'm not sure how it is outside of the US, but here bacon flavor anything blew up in the last like probably 10 years. And maybe more like the last 5 years. That sounds more realistic. Everything was bacon flavored. There's bacon flavored chips, bacon flavored fries, bacon pretty much on anything, candied bacon. I mean, a lot of this is throughout the whole world, not just the US, but the US is just like hit hard with it. Everything was bacon flavored. And then they had bacon flavored soda. That was just like one of the grossest things. That it was just, that's where you had to draw the line. I feel like wasabi soda is in that same boat where you're just like, nope, I'm not doing it. It's too far. One of the female characters of the story had a very disturbing past about being forced through... Oh. That's pretty intense. And sounds pretty messed up, Tim. That's a wild game you're playing there. Or, well, I mean, I guess you're not playing the game. The visual novel. It's an intense story.
No thanks.
That's how I feel about the wasabi soda.
Hang in there, Makoto. Sapporo's just a stone's throw away.
I hear you. Hokkaido sure is vast, isn't it?
Fast enough to call it huge, Kaido, by my reckoning.
It's supposed to be a lot cooler up here, so hopefully that means no more stuffy, sleepless nights.
You said it. There's nothing more hellish than sleeping in a hot, sweaty tent crammed with dudes.
It's gonna get worse? That's not a good thing. But, I mean, you're invested into the story, so I hope things get good, at least.
Hellish indeed. We're so overheated we nearly stripped naked by morning time. Found it obscenely refreshing.
Just make sure you keep the nudity inside the tent, please.
Sapporo. Queen! Good evening to you as well. Okay. I'm, not too tired. Hopefully you're doing well, Queen. I'm glad you can make it.
So this is Sapporo Central City, a bustling outpost of civilization, cradled by the untamed wilderness.
Hey, you think they're still doing the snow festival?
Are you seriously that dumb?
It looks like summer, bro. She's in shorts.
Well, it certainly is cooler here than Tokyo. It should be a nice change of pace.
I know we just got here, but I want to check whether there's a jail nearby. Sophia?
I do smell a jail. An intense one.
Just like Gramps said.
That means whoever Zenkichi's looking into is the monarch of Sapporo.
Then may I suggest we comb the area for intel?
Before that, I think we should hit the bath. Seriously, I've been feeling all gross since yesterday.
Agreed. It would be nice to freshen up a little first. Then let me help. I've already located a bathing facility only 500 meters from here.
Wow, Sophia, you work quick.
Guess it's bath time for you guys then. In the meantime, I'll be on the prowl for that intel.
Don't worry, Mona-chan. I'll rinse you down as soon as we're done.
What? No, I can clean myself just fine.
It's just as the data says. Cats hate getting wet.
That's true, but cats also hate just baths, period. It's kind of a nightmare.
Don't lump me in with those other furballs. I demand you give your data a full rewrite.
I'd like to try a bath. Would someone mind bringing this phone in?
It'd be destroyed.
Wouldn't the hot water, like, wreck it? Along with you inside?
I'm sure we can work out the details. Now, Sophia, will you guide us there?
This is Odori Park. It's famous for its fountain and TV tower. The bathhouse is in a place called Suzushino. It would only be a short walk away from here, so let's get going. Not every furball is bad. Our cats hate baths, but that's true. We have like 3 cats. 2 of them are excellent. One of them, well, it's pretty much mad about everything all the time, always. Let's see. No SP stuff. Might as well get the other one as well. The corn wagon?
Dig again.
Grilled corn.
Come again.
I do like some grilled corn. It is kind of steep though.
Hey there. Come again.
Take a look around.
Nothing for SP,
See
unfortunately.
you again, right?
Cats will be cats. Yeah, that's true.
Mommy, do you think Kaho-chan will like these?
I do. She'll say, "Thank you for the pretty flowers."
If only heaven wasn't so far away, then maybe I could see her.
Did something happen over there?
Hey, thank you so much, Queen. It is getting very long. Stacy has been wanting me to trim it. And it probably needs it, honestly. She is a little bit more intuitiveness when it comes with hair care. I do try to take care of it though, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Queen. It is very long though. I don't know how long exactly, but it goes well beyond half of my back now, so it's pretty long. It's getting there. And thank you so much.
They're leaving flowers. Maybe somebody passed away.
And that's sad.
Now that you mention it, I do recall there was an accident on the news. Something about a snow sculpture collapsing in Odori Park. It ended up taking a young girl's life. Maybe that was where it happened.
I can only imagine the sorrow her family must be suffering.
Get her to braid it? I don't know about braiding it either. That's a bit... Like, I've had my hair braided once and it was kind of painful. They did it very taut and I was not into it very much. But who knows?
Yeah. What's wrong? Are we not taking a bath anymore?
Taking a bath in tears now. Suzushina. She has done it a couple times for braiding though, Queen, for like trimming, which wasn't too bad, thankfully. She did this braid where it would show like a lot of my dead ends and split ends and cut like a couple inches off. It's something I think she wants to do again, but not like a permanent braid though.
Hi.
Now we're in Suzushino, which is apparently a haven for pedestrians around this top. I wonder why it's so crowded though. Everybody's talking about voting. No matter. Back to the bathhouse house. Just go straight for a bit and then take a right and you'll be there. He's got odds for SP maybe? No. Maybe these people do though. Sweet shop. Big Bang Burger!
Take your order whenever.
A good snip might be good. That's what Stacy says as well. My knowledge for like some stuff like that isn't the best, but maybe. I don't know. She wants to take like 2 inches off. SP. SP to 30 SP to what? That's a lot, and that sounds good, but that's very freaking expensive. The longer it gets, the harder it's going to be to deal with. Oh, I'm already almost in that kind of like region. It's very long. The worst part is knots, you know. Knots are like a nightmare. So we got the local supermarket. We got some tuna.
Want your receipt?
Lamb meat.
You done? Want your receipt?
If you're curious about why I'm buying this stuff up, like,
Here you go.
this is like cooking items that you can have for the camp,
Want your receipt?
which you can make so many things with, and they have like so
done?
many awesome looking
Want your
things that it looks like we can have
You done?
for recipes.
Come again.
Able to swing your hair back and forth? Oh yeah, I could definitely do that.
Yes.
Okay, we're here. Ooh, what a fancy spot. Okay, get yourself cleaned up. This would have been a good cutscene moment when it's like anime, but we'll see. Yeah, good enough. Voice acting.
This is paradise.
Good deal. That's what I wanted.
I'll say, the heat has crept into my bones.
The dark twist in the game that you mentioned earlier, there's some pretty cool characters. Very kind-hearted, some not so much. I can only imagine with the style of the story you've already told me so far, Tim. This really melts the stress away. The temperature is perfect. I miss the place near LeBlanc. I'm gonna say this one.
Yeah, that bath was pretty solid. We should go again when we're in town. Anyways, it's nice having a bath like this all to ourselves. Can't get that at home.
That's true. There's a lot of dudes back there.
What's more, we're in the middle of a long journey. We must take proper measures to recover our strength and stamina.
Reminds me of Ghost of Tsushima moments, which also got awkward.
Whoa, An! Are those CGI?
Your voice is coming from the girl's side.
What cheat codes did you use to get those? Dieting life hacks? You're so skinny.
Could you stop drawing attention to me? Go bother Haru instead. Hers are no different.
Stop it! Haru, not bad. These could knock someone flat.
All the dudes.
Could you please keep it down? Remember, it's not only us in here.
Told you. Should we leave? Hot Springs roll. Looking good, Ryuji. Let's be respectful. This one's for the Switch, right? You forget? Yeah, that's what I'm actually playing on, Queen. I played the original Persona 5 on PS4, and I'm playing this one on the Switch right now.
I refuse to leave right as the true test of fortitude begins. I shall remain until I'm ready to faint.
Damn!
How are you talking about? If you faint, that's on you, man.
For real. That's some straight dedication.
Man, this water feels great. Morgana really should have been here.
Sophia might like it as well, though being incorporeal may pose a challenge.
She really is a mystery, ain't she? What are your thoughts on her?
She's really cool, yeah. She's humanity's companion.
That much is obvious, but didn't she say something about wanting to understand people's hearts?
Ah, the heart of mankind. Try as I may, I have yet to depict its full essence in my paintings. It hides both darkness and light. mingling beauty and atrocity in its depths. Try as you may to unravel it, its enigma grows deeper still.
The free one on your PlayStation? Wait, there's a free one for like Strikers here? It is on the Switch though as well, and if I have to admit, I've been playing on Switch and I enjoy it. It's been pretty good. To me, it's one of those games where it's like a lot of people are upset like with the new OLED or OLED. Yeah, a lot of people are. I'm calling it the OLED because that's what it is. A lot of people want to call it the OLED because I guess it's easy for them to say without enunciation. Let's go ahead and get my thoughts out on this. I'm stoked. I'm happy about it. I did not want a console that outshined the Switch for what it is. I haven't even had my Switch that long. I definitely don't want them to release one that is going to have like Switch up tier exclusives. Already like the PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 is going on now, where there's going to be some games coming out that I'm not going to be able to play because I can't get my hands on a PlayStation 5 because, well, none of us can. And I didn't want that happening with the Switch. They just, you know, they amped up a bigger handheld screen and then gave it the OLED. So, like, if you actually play handheld, it was, like, stuff that was demographically, like, you know, sanctioned to those people who do that. But, like, as far as streamers go, like, especially somebody like me who can't just, like, blow, like, stupid money to get a console just because it just came out and I just don't want to pay bills for a month. Realistically, that appeals to us, you know? Again, I'm playing into, like, anybody hating this new console is a straight-up hater. If you wish they had something better. Again, I've only had my Switch for, like, a year. It would be very, very, very discerning to just see myself having to convert to a whole new Switch just to play new Switch games. So I'm really happy that it was kind of like subpar OLED. I'm happy about it. Would I like to have one too? Maybe one day. Maybe. I don't actually play my Switch in handheld mode at all though, but yeah. You mean on PS5? Wait, you have a PlayStation 5? Oh gosh, I'm very jealous. I wish I had a PlayStation 5. Yeah, PS5 would be very nice to have. It's an unrealistic thing here. Like, I've never seen one on the shelf. I've seen 3 on display in stores, and after that, it's just been reading on the internet. That's how unrealistic it is in my area to get one of the newer consoles like the PlayStation 5. That's why I've been so happy about things with the new Switch console and everything. It's just no conversion. I'm here. And I still think these games look pretty decent, you know? Especially games like Persona here. They're not pushing 4K anything. And if they did, I'd be questioning that. It's an anime video game. You was lucky? Got yours from GameStop? Yeah, you were like uber lucky. My GameStop, I don't think there are technically 4 GameStops close enough to me that I can frequent. Actually, I think, yeah, no, there's 4. There's 4. None of the 4 even had them in stock once ever. Not even once. They just never even got delivered locally. Yeah, definitely lucky. Like, my whole, like, okay, I live in northwest Georgia. I'm close to Tennessee. There's another mountainous region in LJ. I'm close to there. And then Dalton. There's 2 GameStops there. My town itself doesn't have a GameStop actually at all, nor a game store, period. So in these 4 towns that I could actually frequent, which are variantly local, they never even hit the shelves. Like, they were already out of stock before these areas where I live in ever even had an option to hit the shelves. You lock in Nashville? I'm guessing you live in Nashville? Yeah. See, I don't live in a big city. Or even close to a big city. The closest, like, Chattanooga is about 45 minutes away from myself. But even there, like, that's a big stretch. They hit the shelves of Chattanooga, but you had to be a day oneer camping out kind of person to actually get a console there. Not to mention Chattanooga gets kind of sketchy sometimes.
Not sure I can comment on that. But I do know Sophia gets along with all of us. It's gets me thinking she might not need to worry about all that heart stuff.
You have a point there. It's to become a good companion. She does it so she can grow.
Indeed. Perhaps she wishes to uncover the workings of the heart in order to achieve her goal.
Yeah, what you said. She seems pretty dead set on it, too.
If that's what Sophia has decided, we should lend her our full support. She is our precious ally, after all.
True enough. She could use all the help she can get. Damn, heat's starting to get to me. Want to ditch the bath and grab some milk coffee?
I'll take strawberry milk instead. Fruity medley milk for me.
Whoa, that sounds good too. Now I can't make up my mind.
I protest. We're in Hokkaido, as you may recall.
Yes,
It would be
the
a sin
dairy.
to forego its
Yes.
fresh dairy offerings for some artificial substitute.
To be fair, this is a very true thing about Hokkaido. Their ice cream, their milk, all the dairy products in Hokkaido are supposed to be top tier dairy products. Cheese, milk, ice cream, the works. Hokkaido ice cream is supposed to be the top tier of all ice creams that you can get in the world, period.
To appreciate it properly, we must partake right as it's squeezed from the udder, the way farmers have done for millennia.
Maybe pushing it. Thank you, you got your car? That's really cool, and I'm glad for you there with the car. The car thing, yeah, I can understand. Especially now, Tom's now, cars in houses sell so quick, so hard to get, and credibility and having your credit in an area where you can actually get it here in the US is actually pretty freaking crazy right now as well. And kind of in the same boat with us getting the house here. It's just a blessing, obviously. But yeah, I'm glad for you as well, Making some good moves like that as well. I'm proud of you, Got the PS5, which is really awesome, but got a car also. Those are some big moves. PS5, hard to get. Cars, kind of hard to get too right now.
Yeah. Knock yourself out, man.
My big moves here have been a new fridge in the house.
All right. Body and mind refreshed.
And with that, I'm going to take a very quick restroom break. I'll make it very quick, and I'll be right back. just thankful. I feel you there. I'd be in the same boat. We don't need a new car yet, thankfully, and hopefully we don't do anytime soon. We are wanting to expand the family eventually, and hey, Choco, get in here. What the hell are you doing in there? Just lay down over here. You got a whole bed. Why are you walking over there, you weirdo? Rez! I think that was appropriate. How you been, Rez? Baby soon? No, not anytime soon. We Stacy wants another child soonish. Nothing to expect soon. We have a lot going on we need to procure before we ever invest time in. Yeah. We got a puppy right now. We got a puppy. That's our main focus right now. I got Stacy, a full-blooded German Shepherd. So that's the main focus for now, before a child. We have 3 already. we don't need a 4th right now. We have 2 dogs, 3 cats, 3 kids. A 4th kid right now. We're pumping the brakes. It's in talk, but the brakes are being pumped. Not anytime soon.
That bath was just what we needed. Thanks for suggesting this place, Sophia. No problem. Glad I could be of service.
If we have a baby shower queen, you'll be first to know. I promise.
I noticed you guys were pretty quiet.
Oh, well, you know.
Huh?
You have a phone call from Zenkichi.
Greetings. You are now speaking to the long arm of a law. So, you guys in Sapporo yet?
Who is this? Long arm of the law?
Ishis. You do know what that means, right? Anyway, I wanted to set up a meeting. How about I swing by the RV in the evening?
Zenkichi's gonna meet us? Then let's go be ready for it.
I wish it was more an anime cutscene that the voice actor cutscenes. I like the anime cutscenes a lot. I really do. So how was your weekend, Rez? Hopefully it was pretty good. How did everybody feel about the benchmark for the Final Fantasy stuff? I won't be
Now that we're all
playing.
together, let's talk about the Monarch of Sapporo.
I won't be playing for a while, obviously, but what I saw, that was pretty awesome. I like seeing the introduction of the elephant people. I mean, even a little comment about, you know, over on Discord about not coming back if they didn't introduce elephant people as a playable character, which isn't true. I'll be back, you know me. Always. Lala forever, but yeah, it's just, it looked pretty interesting. I had no sound. I don't know what to expect. I was trying to get no spoilers either. So I watched the whole benchmark trailer with absolutely no sound. But it looked pretty good. Pretty can't wait. You'll also change race. Are you going for the everybody wants to go Viera, I've seen. There's a lot of quality of life changes coming to the Viera. A lot of people are really excited about seeing the new abilities. Also made a bunny boy to see how they are. They're kind of cool. So, like, what is this belt thing for real? Like, we had a broken conversation on, you know, Reaper does look cool though, by the way, Queen. I agree. But, like, what is the whole, like, belt thing? You know, I saw the jokes about it being a weapon now. If you grew up in the 90s, you really get that. But, like, they just removed belts. Like, so that's not like an armor piece, so it's like one less piece of armor now. I've been kind of curious about a lot of stuff. So, like, cause like they won't be equipable. Okay, that's interesting. I've been really like I keep up to date on all this stuff, but also I keep trying to pull myself back so I have absolutely no spoilers. So when I do jump in, I'm jumping in as like fresh, like PH degree just fresh, you know, like the pH in your water doesn't get diluted fresh, or maybe you want it diluted, I don't know. Hot pH in your water is bad, so yes, probably diluted pH in your water. I don't really know. Don't quote me on any of that, and don't follow my advice on pH levels in your water, because I obviously don't know what they should be. Either way, yeah, I've been trying to keep up with things. Like, what is the level system again? Or what? That was something that was rumored a while back. They're not moving the level cap to 90 now, right? That's something I heard a while back, right? We're at 80 now. Isn't it going World of Warcraft revamp-ish? Again, I don't know. There's so much stuff. Sorry for every little piece of Endwalker news. I'm in the same boat, but still trying to... It is getting moved to Nandi. Okay. Okay, so it is getting moved to Nandi. Okay. There was another rumor I heard that I guess I got confused about then. So it is getting moved to Nandi. That is good. I thought they were World of Warcrafting us. I know they had a weird thing going on where things just kind of started to just like, you know. So that's kind of a good thing. I'm wondering how far they'll go before they hit that moment. Gosh, there's a lot I'm still in the dark about. I've been, again, trying to keep spoiler free. I'm starting to wonder what quality of life changes and actual changes are just coming as far as like debuffs, nerfs, and stuff like that to other things. The new stat squish, probably. That could be more than likely what I'm talking about. Stat squish. Again, I'm in a weird place with the game. Not a bad way. Not in a bad way at all. I'm ready to come back. Like, I'm solely ready to come back. It's been so long. But there's still more games I want to play, things I want to do. It will happen most likely every other expansion. Item level did ton to whether or not you could run certain dungeons or raids. Yeah, I mean, that's almost like every MMORPG though. But yeah, I'm wondering how far things will go, what'll change. We're still a little early on. We'll see, I guess.
Our suspect's name is Mariko Hyodo. Oh, and wait for it. She's the mayor of Sapporo Central.
She would be.
Our target's a mayor?
No way! Wouldn't that make her the most influential person in Sapporo?
How could someone like that be a monarch?
I mean, it makes more sense to me than it does them, but, you know, whatever. Shido wasn't so different. This could complicate things.
I'm assuming she has connections within the Force, so it may be unwise to provoke her.
How'd you find out she's the one?
Because everybody's suddenly in love with her. Mayor Hyodo's approval rating now sits at a lofty 88%. She gained 50 points in the last 2 months alone.
You will play Reaper. Have you been playing it, or like taking a break as well, Queen? Think it'll get to 100, but after that, you don't know. Good. It could very well get to 100. You think everyone like will accept Taun? You know, I'll get to 100 one. I always hit the level cap. Come on. Always do. It's just, if there's a lack of content as far as the autumn level goes, that's where I play catch-up game, or I just like opt myself out. Especially the last few months. The last few months, all of us have to agree. I know, given the current times we've lived in the last 2 years, it's been wonky, needless to say. Off and on, but wonky. Not playing Reaper. Oh man, I want to try Reaper. I'll try Reaper. I will try it. Will it be my main? Nah, you know, I'm a summoner. Always will be. But, like, as far as content goes with Final Fantasy XIV, like I was saying, I do enjoy it. I love the game. I think it's so good. But I can't sit every month and pay for something that's giving me like raisin bread when they promised me like like a freaking full sub sandwich, you know? It's like, here's a slice of raisin bread. And it's like, oh, they said I was getting like a foot-long sub sandwich. They're like, oh, you didn't read the fine print. And I was like, what was the fine print? And there's like, it's shit changes. And I feel like that's kind of how it's been. Maybe better is like comparing a hamburger steak to like a steak, you know, and everybody's like, or a burger steak, some people call it hamburger steak, burger steak, cube steak. We'll keep it in that like 3. It's just like you were promised a steak, but they gave you like a cube steak, hamburger steak, or like a burger steak, and you're just like, what is this? Is a burger patty? And they're like, no, that's your steak. You're like, this isn't what they told me I was getting. And it was like, oh, well, you know, did you read the fine print? Because things were gonna change. And I feel like that's been Final Fantasy XIV for a bit, and I don't blame him. I mean, the current life situation we've all had to live through, none of us expected it to happen or be this long or this short, and however the hell you look at it, it's just been all over the place. But yeah, it's just, been learning SO skill and rollerblading. Also learning how to drive an automatic car. Oh, well, automatic cars aren't too bad. You'll get your license, and good luck on the license. Wait, you don't have your license yet? Either way, good luck on your license. Hope you do get them. Definitely be going Reaper, too. The Reaper reveal was damn good. Yeah, the class does look amazing. Leveling Summoner right now. I hope you're enjoying it. I know it's, I've played a lot of classes and maxed out a few at the current level they're at. Some I didn't jump back into after I played some of them. But I really love Summoner. It's been something I've really loved since I started playing. It really is galaxy brained. It's a lot. I know. It's a lot of like, do this, do this, do this, get this, do that, get this, do that, do this, do this, do this, get this, hit this, you gotta twice. Hit that, get this, repeat, do this, get it again, hit it twice again, do this, make sure this is still here, do this, repeat every bit of that shit. And yeah, no, I still love Summoner though. Summoner's my shit. They kept the final boss fight a secret, was hoping to get into the... I know, I saw the thing too. I think we all saw it. We know Xenos is now technically a Reaper, and also like we know he's probably the final boss. And people who aren't Xenos fans are even pissed even more though, Tim. So believe me, I am a Xenos Galvas fan. I think he's a great villain. People, however, who hate him distinctly, you're probably just pissed that he's in a 3rd freaking expansion now. And more than likely, the expansion's 3rd ending boss. So, rest for the weary in some ways, I say. Stereo action bars don't even see the mechanics. I don't think I can ever forget. 32 years on learning how to... Hey, at least you're picking it up though, Queen. Pick up what you can, and pick it up while you're able. Yeah, I mean, do that. I'm all the power to you. I'm supporting you out here. You know, good vibes your way. I'm sending all my faithful and happy vibes your way. You'll get everything you gotta get, for real. I mean, some people have that, like, you live in like Nashville, so I understand even more. A lot of people who live in bigger cities, the whole getting behind the wheel aspect is a lot. Where I live, it's not so much. We kind of have to get anywhere. We don't have, like, we have Uber out here, we have taxi drivers and stuff, but be prepared to wait. And pay quite a bit. But yeah, it's stuff like that around where I live compared to where you live. These areas are so much more vastly different. Like, I was taught how to drive at 15, you know. I know in cities, some people, like, their parents don't even drive. They just walk everywhere because everything's so local. So, you know, my support's going out to you, and straight up, good vibes your way, Queen. They didn't spoil the fight with the last Ascian. That's very true, Tim. You'll get Summoner Res. It was one of those things that I kind of picked up the game and it kind of just like it's been my thing ever since. I love Summoners in all the Final Fantasy series, so like I just like forced myself to get it. But I think anybody can do it, to be honest with you. I really feel that.
Did you say 50?
They're just squishy.
So she got crazy popular out of nowhere?
It's more than just crazy. It's unheard of.
There's more. Last month, 3 city councilmen who opposed her bill admitted to corruption and resigned. Any remaining councilmen who opposed her suddenly became her most fervent advocates. Not to mention the elections coming up. It's all too convenient.
It really does sound like it.
Rumor has it, Kyoto wants to expand her political influence to the national level. PubSec's been investigating that. But, alas, we haven't run across any solid leads just yet. So, what do you make of all this?
Like, yeah, you worked in Walker. I wouldn't be surprised. That's one thing, as playing Summoner, I've come to get used to, Rez. Every expansion, every major patch either get debuffed, nerfed, boosted, or it's just straight up my rotation changes as a Summoner. There's no cap, no filter on anything saying that. Summoner, like, either love it, you get it, you play it, or people love it, they honestly love it in battle, or they're so butthurt that they're just like, why did everybody gotta play Summoner? They're just like either too strong and they're taking the tank's aggro. Or it's like, why does everybody gotta play Summoner? They heal themselves and now we can't heal them, and now like they do it and we get fucked up. Or why does everybody gotta play Summoner? We try to heal them and they just like get out in combat and just they're too fucking squishy and they get killed. It's all over the fucking place. I'll fucking love Summoner and I always will. But healers don't want to heal Summoners because they're squishy. Healers want to revive Summoners after they die, even though they're so squishy, they don't want to do it. And when they finally do it, when they get revived, they have a little bit of health and they just like, oh, you'll survive. I'll heal this guy, heal this guy, heal this guy. I'll get back to you. I just revived you. You were a lot of fucking MP. And then they fucking die again. Then they get pissed at the Summoner again. Or tanks back in the day used to be like, getting pissed off because the Summoner's taking aggro. It's like, bro, this isn't on me. This is your rotation. You're fucking up. Like, don't blame a Summoner. Summoner, I love it, and I'll keep playing it. I love it so much. I feel like it's 9 times out of 10 the most controversial class on the whole fucking field, though. You can save for what little we saw at the end of Shadowbringers. If you played Summoner, no one would be getting rezzed. I try to resurrect. I always keep my like quick cast reserved for resurrecting as a Summoner, but that is a hard thing to do as well too, because sometimes shit happens, and if you die, you don't have that MP stocked anymore. You have to have a good healer with so much of that shit. So much shit to do. You have little time for that button. I get it. Someone's changing hearts.
Bingo. And that's where you come in.
It is suspicious, I will admit.
But we'd need a keyword to confirm whether she's a monarch or not.
That won't be a problem. She's already referenced Emma several times in her speeches, meaning there's a good chance she's been announcing her keyword in public.
So you're saying we can find out her keyword if we go see her speak?
Very likely, yes. In fact, Kyoto's going to be in Suzushino on the 10th making a speech. Since it's close to the election, the crowds may well be in the thousands.
That's a grip.
If she is indeed changing people's hearts, then perhaps this is no surprise.
Is something wrong, Haru?
Ever gonna try Dancer? You considered leveling up Owen at one point. Maybe. You know, Reaper's definitely taking that over for a little bit, and probably Sage as well. Sage and Reaper just look bonkers good and fun to play. I would like to do Dancer at one point, but there's a, you know, I would put Dancer up there with Monk and Ninja. There's a few other classes that I've said I would like to play and like to check out, and I feel like Dancer is going to be in there with those. Like, looks fun, looks good, looks fairly decent to jump into without having confusion on the rotation, but it's gonna get put on the back burner for sure. I won't shy away from saying it. I would much rather play the new two classes, Sage and Reaper. They both look really fun, and again, I have a lot of classes that I've already played that I'd really like to bring back up. I'd like to get the, you know, the new cap with my White Mage, and, you know, probably Gunbreaker as well. I really enjoyed playing Gunbreaker. So as far as those go, I would like to catch up my current favorites and then get the new two in, because Sage again looks phenomenal. I think I'd really love Sage. I think I'd like Sage more than I would like the actual Reaper, if I'm being quite honest with you. Reaper looks really cool. It looks like a Black Mage Summoner hybrid kind of thing going on. Sage looks fucking badass to me. That's just me, though. That's just me. I love playing DPS, but Sage looks fucking kick-ass. It really does. And I'd like to get back to Dancer, but it would be more of a back burner thing. For me, this is my opinion on it all. Again, you know, I do think Reaper looks really cool. Like, really cool. But Sage, to me, looks fucking kick-ass. It reminds me of, like, some Shadow Priest shit back in the day. So does actually Reaper, which is funny, really. If they actually had a connection between the Reaper and the Sage, you're straight up World of Warcraft Shadow Priest. Like, no context on what that means, but I'm just saying. We do need more healers. Well, I'm not going to switch main. I will say that. I'm always going to be DPS. It's what I prefer. But I would like to really play Sage. And to me, it looks good. If the game had specs, yeah, that would be interesting and pretty cool as well.
No, it's just... it's hard to explain. Mariko Hyodo. The name seems familiar somehow.
Your dad had a lot of connects, Haru.
I mean, she is the mayor of town. Maybe you've heard her name on TV.
Possibly. Sorry, let's put that aside for now.
Whatever you do, don't try and contact her directly. I'm saying this to keep you safe. It'll be a downright pain in the ass if she finds out we're onto her. I suggest you enjoy your leisure time until the day of the speech.
Hey, should we tell him what happened with Ichinose-san? She's an important part of our investigation now.
Yeah, you should know. Let's not tell him just yet.
All right.
You two have something you want to share? You made a deal with the inventor of Emma?
Endwalker has triple the pre-order Shadowbringer had. It's still in early access. That's freaking insane. Luckily, as far as getting in on the game when it actually has it, I'll probably just get a digital copy. That's what happened last time. I'm going to take a very quick rest, triple copy right back. But yeah, that is insane. But like that new streamer, was it Anson Gold or whatever the heck his name is? I could see that. You know, we have some top tier streamers converting. Like, it's happened over the last like 5 years, converting from World of Warcraft into Final Fantasy XIV. So I could see that. Give me just a moment. I'll be right back. Okay. Amson Gold, yeah, that's it. Just loving the game too. It's hard not to. I remember the days when I first jumped into it. I was in the same boat, really. I was playing World of Warcraft, and it was getting a little wonky when I was playing Legion. I had just started at the back end. Like, I'd played for years. I'd played World of Warcraft for years, off and on. And then I was right there with the Warlords of Draenor. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong. I think that's what it was called, though. And then I jumped in on Legion, and I played through Legion. And I had a similar feeling, and I've always been a Final Fantasy fan and really wanted to play Final Fantasy 14. It looked really good, so I could already see that. Like, that dude's like a much bigger streamer than I am, bigger fan base and whatnot. But I'm gonna head off to bed. I feel you, Queen. I can't wait till you can catch me next time. Good night to you as well. And, you know, good luck to you with everything you have going on. I know you have a lot of stuff. Full courage and good vibes to you as far as, like, the car and the licensing and, you know, just doing all that cool stuff. I believe in you, Queen. And, again, you'll be the first to know when we have a baby shower, if we have one, when we have one in the works. Thank you so much, though. Have a great time. And thank you so much for watching, Queen. Have a great night. Until next time. You started in the middle of Legion. I actually started in vanilla World of Warcraft, and I loved it. But I had an actual comeback way later on, and again I think it's called Warlords of Draenor. And I tried to play through that, and yeah, I don't know. The more and more I played, like I started in vanilla. I played Burning Crusade. I played Ratchet the Lich King. I played like Mr. Pandaria. I mean, just the works up for years, and I just, you know, had to take a break. You didn't like 14 at first? I did, actually. I got so addicted, but it was for me playing so many Final Fantasy games, and then the initial, I guess, Final Fantasy 2 stream that eventually led to 14, which felt so similar. I think probably helped out a lot, but yeah. I feel you, though. To each our own and all this stuff.
Wait, hold on. That's Kuon Ichinose, you said? Where have I heard that before? Right, she was on my report. Ichinose is the one who wrote Emma from scratch.
Were you looking into her?
I was looking into Medice, actually. Wasn't long before her name popped up. The famous inventor who sold off Emma to Medice. Tell me, how'd you get cozy with someone like that?
Oh, well, I guess it just sorta happened.
What matters is her familiarity with Emma. If anyone abuses it, she could help us find out who and why.
Only Ichinose knows Emma's ins and outs, no matter what version it is.
Makes sense. The report didn't make her out to be somebody dangerous. And while she does sound like a valuable source of info, I really want you guys to be more careful about this operation. I'm trusting you guys a lot by sharing all this classified intel. So I'd prefer you don't go creating liabilities like this behind my back.
He was just playing Legion one day and he was like, "You want to play 14?" And became your main MMO for that. I feel you. I feel you.
Understood. We'll take your advice to heart.
Good. And besides, shouldn't I be your go-to guy for help?
In certain situations.
Seeing you guys run off making confidants left and right makes me feel like a lonely old man.
You kind of are an old man.
Trying to gain our trust or get attention.
Hate to say it, Gramps, but we do shit on our own because your help only gets us so far.
What? It's not my fault I'm not an expert on all this cognitive mumbo-jumbo. And would it kill you to ditch the Gramps? I'm as fly as any one of you kids.
You just said flaw. Screaming the girl in Empire out there.
At least say something.
Your glasses are nice. That goatee's a statement.
I don't need your pity.
You're the one bringing it up.
Never mind that. Point is, there's a speech on the 10th, and I'm counting on you to be there.
I wish there was something we could do until then. I'm not a fan of waiting.
What else can we do but be prepared and keep ourselves in top condition?
It's like Zenkichi said earlier. Let's enjoy our leisure time and make the most of our trip.
Hey, since we're in Hokkaido, we should chow down on seafood.
I hear Hokkaido soup curry is also not to be missed.
I'd like to visit the former government office. Their flowers are supposed to be breathtaking.
Who the hell wants to visit a government office on vacation?
Okay, then I'll set a route that takes us to each of those destinations.
Thanks, Sophia. The directions are all yours tomorrow. Check it out. It's actually pretty hip for such an old place.
Nobody says hip. Don't even try to confuse that.
It was once the main office for the Hokkaido government. Now it remains a symbol of the island, and an important cultural property.
Simply marvelous. There's a stillness and symmetry here that ignites my artist's soul.
And the garden is so lovely. How many kinds of flowers do you think there are? What's going on over there?
This flower is completely wilted. How could you overlook this?
Ma'am, I'm so sorry. It's just this summer's been much hotter than last year.
We can say that every year from now on forever, I believe.
Spare me your excuses. This flower bed is one of the city's main points of attraction. Have you forgotten you work for the most powerful woman in Sapporo Central? Perhaps you won't much longer.
Please, no! I'll do anything to fix this.
You can keep your eyes glued to these flowers around the clock for all I care. Just do not let this happen again.
Then that's what I'll do, Mayor.
Oh shit, to her after the whole top.
Jeez, that's one scary lady.
Oh, hold on. Did he just call her mayor?
Yup.
Oh, are you all here for sightseeing?
Yep.
I'm sorry you had to witness such unprofessional behavior from our staff during your visit.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Could it be? You're Haru-chan.
Oh, shit.
Huh?
She knew her dad, like I said earlier. Had to have.
Of course you wouldn't recognize me. You were tiny the last time I saw you. It's me, Mariko Hyodo. Your father, President Okumura, was a very good friend of mine.
Hyodo? She's the mayor?
Okay, guys, don't panic. Oh, could it be your Mari-san?
Yes, yes. Oh, that lifts my heart. It's been ever so long.
Haru, do you know this lady?
Yes, of course I do. She used to come visit me back when I was little. Mari-san was one of my father's clients. They used to go golfing all the time. And she'd always keep me company whenever I was bored or lonely.
Some freaking coincidence.
No kidding.
Ooh, you got that right.
Haru-chan, I'm so sorry about what happened to your father.
Oh, no. Thank you for your concern.
Well, if there's anything that's been troubling you, you know that I'm here for you with open arms.
I appreciate you saying that, but I'm okay. I have good people managing my company, and I'm working hard to finish my degree. And while I'm grateful to be surrounded by such wonderful people, I still have to walk on my own 2 feet.
Haru-chan, my, how you've grown.
Mari-san, I'm not a little kid anymore.
Oh, please forgive me. It seems my emotions got the better of me. Now then, are you here visiting with your friends? I hope you're all enjoying Sapporo to the fullest. Rest assured, My staff is working hard to make Sapporo a beautiful and worthwhile destination for all.
I bet.
Don't just stare at the ground. Replace these hideous flowers at once.
I'm on it!
Goodness. The moment I turn away, they all start slacking off. I'm sorry you had to see it. Now, as much as I'd like to keep chatting, there are preparations to be done. This election has kept me busy night and day, but do let me know if there's any way I can help you.
Sorry to be so blunt, but she seems really two-faced.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Mari-san, you used to be so kind to everyone.
Did she, though?
You think maybe she's not the monarch we're after?
I don't know. We just saw her go apeshit on that guy. Normal people don't get pissed over plants.
I'm not sure how it'll be until you become an Endwalker. I feel you, Tam. I feel you. You'll get there eventually, you know. But I get it completely as well. Kind of in the same boat, but I will be back before Endwalker happens. I will be there on release, and then I'll be in the loop still, but I'm not gonna be like right there, unfortunately, but it'll be okay.
Are you okay, Haru?
Yes, I'm fine. Just a little surprised is all. Oh, and sorry I didn't get her keyword. I was preoccupied.
Nothing to apologize for. I'll get it soon enough.
Yeah, it's like we discussed. We'll hear it when she makes her speech.
Makoto's right. Our chance will come. For today, let's go around asking for rumors on Hyodo and make that our objective.
Yes, I'd like to find out what changed her.
Can't get to certain places without being able to scan certain barcodes. That's actually inconvenient. Looks like there's all kinds of people here. Meaning, there are all kinds of rumors too. It looks like we're picking up rumors and whatnot. I'm gonna go ahead and save it and call it here tonight. I don't want to. I'm very tired. I'm getting pretty hungry as well. But I think this is a good time to call it. I'm not quite 2 hours in. I know it's a really early stream. Tomorrow will stream longer. But for now, I think it's a really good time to just go ahead and call it, which is not too bad. I will be back again tomorrow, and hopefully you can catch me then. I'd really, really appreciate that. But if you can't, I'll totally understand. But until then, until next time, everybody, I am definitely gonna try to make things better in the next few days. But until then, till next time, I'm out of here. Good night, take it easy, have fun, and hopefully you really do have a great night. Again, I've got a few things planned I really didn't have planned, and a few things I did, but we'll just see how it all plays out through the week and the next few weeks. Again, I'm out of here. Good night, take it easy, have fun, everyone. Until next time, and hopefully you can catch me tomorrow. And I will be jumping back to the normal schedule, but I'm out of here.